Hi everyone, Nancy here. It is June 15, 2020, and it is 6:39 in the evening. Well, I guess my mind has changed again about the flavor of the cake because I've been eating this cake and actually I like it now. You see, in the beginning I didn't like it and I thought it was really horrible and terrible, but then I kind of thought it was okay. The the cake is, I thought the cake was okay. I thought the cake was okay, like mediocre. And then I kind of switched over to no, I really, really, really don't like it. But now, I think it's not too bad. The cake is actually not too bad, and I'm getting more used to the icing. The icing, like I said in my other video, it's really, really strong, and it has to do with the extract because I used almond extract and I kind of used a little bit too much, and maybe that's where the super strongness, if that's a word, came from when I tasted the icing. So altogether the cake is okay. Look, I consider the cake mediocre, but you can get used to it and it is beginning to taste much better for me. And yeah, so the cake is not bad, and also the icing tastes like a very, very, very overpowering coffee. This is what I meant by it was so strong, because the I did my hand kind of put too much extract in there, and even if I had put the right amount, it still would have been really strong because the extract, well, at least the one that I'm using is really, really strong. And but it gives off like the flavor gives off like a super, super strong coffee. So if anybody likes coffee, this is the taste, that like the flavor that it gives off. Also, another thing that I didn't mention in the video where I made the icing is that my icing came out gritty. Gritty means, well, for some people don't understand what that word means. Gritty means you taste like sand. So it means that when I was grinding up the sugar in the blender, it did not completely grind up the sugar into a powder. It did have a powder consistency, but it was not a powder like powdered sugar. But you can get powdered sugar just from grinding it up like that. I just needed to, I needed to grind it up a little bit more, like longer. Anyway, but yes, this is the final result of my, I guess, I don't know, analysis or trial tasting of this cake. And remember when I mentioned that the cake tends to go dry and moist? Well, it turns out that it was just me, because this cake has remained, it has remained moist the entire time. So if you would like to try out this cake, it's like I said in the other video, it is very light. It's very, very light because it doesn't have any butter, it doesn't have any milk, and it doesn't have any eggs. So it's very, very light, but it's kind of also lacking in flavor because it doesn't have any butter. And it's just like the flavor is there. You can taste the chocolate is there, but it's just a lighter version of a regular cake. Right? It's a lighter version of a regular cake that does have eggs and butter and milk. It still tastes good, okay? It tastes good. It's just also, like I said in my other video, you need to acquire you have to acquire a taste for this cake. So if you're going to be getting used to a cake like this, it's not a good idea for you to be switching back to the regular cake that you're used to, because if you go back to this cake, you're really going to say, yucky, what was I thinking? I'm not going to have it anymore. So if you want to be a little bit healthier, then just stick with a cake like this and don't go back to the other cake, and stay with this, because you will acquire a really, really a good desire for this, like a liking for this cake, because suddenly I'm just very quickly, like practically overnight, I've acquired a taste for this cake, and the icing is really yummy. The only thing I don't like I said, is the grittiness. So I'm going to try to make the icing again, maybe tomorrow or I don't know when, but I'm going to make it again, and then I will tell you how it turned out. And by the way, if you're wondering where I learned how to make how to like make powdered sugar, I did mention in the other video that I learned that, but I didn't mention when or where. When did I learn? Maybe sometime within the past 6 or 7 years, and I was watching some TV show, or yes, I was watching a TV show, and they were talking about how you can make powdered sugar if you don't have it at home. So yeah, so just put the sugar in something that grinds up, something that will grind up your, like a blender or something that will grind up, like a machine that grinds up, or maybe a food processor or something like that. Yes. Anyway, so that's my my final the results, or my judgment of this cake. Yep. And by the way, no, I'm not going to share it with the neighbors because, like I said, I like it now. All right. Okay, so thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to click on subscribe and then click on the bell button so that you will be notified for each time that I upload a video. And if you're watching on Facebook, thanks guys. I appreciate your support. And yes, God bless you everybody, and have a wonderful morning or afternoon or evening or good night. Okay, ciao ciao.